Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to be sharing some tips on how to go vegan. Now hopefully some of these tips can help you if you're new on the vegan journey or if you're planning on going vegan. I know that these tips helped me, so hopefully they'll help you. So let's get into the video. So I have my fan going. It's kind of hot in here, so I don't know if it's going to pick up on the sound. But if you hear something, then it's the fan. I got my vegan zombie shirt on. My sister got me this for Christmas, and I love this shirt. Attack of the Vegan Zombies. Grains. I love this shirt. Okay, so I'm going to do the best I can to explain everything in this video. I don't really do the sit down, talking straight to the camera. I'm used to doing recipes, so I'm going to do the best that I can. Okay, tip number 1 to going vegan is to educate yourself. Educate yourself and ask yourself why you want to be vegan. You know, some people go vegan because it's a trend. Other people do it, celebrities do it, or they just want to reach a certain body weight, which there's nothing wrong with that, to do it for health reasons. But if you're just doing it as a trend and you don't really, if you didn't make the connection with animals and you don't understand why you're going vegan, you're just doing it because other people are doing it, then you're more likely to not stay vegan. And a lot of the times when you do things as a trend, especially diet-wise, you go into it wrong. You eat the wrong foods and you end up feeling like crap, and then you just blame it on veganism because that's the easy thing to do. So definitely educate yourself. I feel that it doesn't matter why you go vegan. If you go vegan for health reasons, that's great. There are people that go vegan for health reasons and they stay vegan because they feel great. And there are people that go vegan for ethical reasons, such as myself. But no matter what, even if it is for health reasons, I do think that it's important to make that connection with animals. Otherwise, there'll be days where you say, oh, it's not a big deal. You know, I can buy these dairy products. I can buy these meat products. And although you're not supporting cruelty as much, when you do buy animal products, you're still supporting cruelty. And if you're only doing it for health reasons, then that connection isn't there. So it's important to educate yourself. You know, I watch Gary Yourofsky's speech, the best speech you'll ever hear, which is on YouTube. I'll be linking some things below. There's videos like Earthlings, Forks Over Knives, Cowspiracy. So many videos that can educate you and help you make that connection to animals. So when you do make that choice to go vegan, you're more likely to stay vegan. So educate yourself, that's important. Tip number 2 is to recreate your favorite dishes in vegan form. That's what I did. I've always been a big foodie. I love to cook. I still love to cook. I do it like every day. So what I first did when I went vegan was I took my favorite dishes like spaghetti, lasagna, anything, burgers, everything, cupcakes, pizza, and I just got vegan products. That's another topic. There's so many great vegan products out here now. It's so easy to be vegan. So yeah, I just recreated the things that I like. You know, you have Pinterest. There's so many sites, YouTube videos where you can go and get inspiration if you're not that big of a cooker. But that's the first step. Recreate foods that you like, so that way you know that it's not hard to be vegan, that it's easy. You can still have the great taste that you like without the cruelty. Now, if you're doing this solely for health reasons, there's tons of plant-based recipes out there. You know, you don't have to have the vegan meat products if you don't want to. Some people just do this for health and they want to eat cleaner. They want to eat foods that come from the earth, you know, fruits and veggies, potatoes, nuts, seeds, grains. That's fine too. And you should educate yourself on that too. You can look up recipes if you're not that big of a cooker. Get cookbooks, go on Pinterest, because sometimes if you're not that big of a cooker, then it can be hard. You don't know what to make, and it's like, oh, I'm vegan. This vegan thing isn't easy. I'm eating the same foods all over again. So get creative in the kitchen. You know, find the recipes that you like and eat them on a daily basis, and switch it up sometimes, because it doesn't have to be hard. There's tons of delicious, healthy things out there for you to eat. Okay, tip number 3: don't blow off veganism because of a bad product. Now, I've seen people do this a lot. Vegans and non-vegans, they would try something that didn't taste so good that was vegan and just go, ugh, vegan yogurt is disgusting, vegan cheese is disgusting, vegan meat is disgusting, vegan pizza is disgusting. Okay, there's disgusting everything out there. When I wasn't vegan, I had bad pizza, I had bad Chinese food, I had bad burgers, but I didn't just say, you know what, I'm not eating pizza anymore. I'm not eating Chinese food anymore, no more burgers. No, I just find the products that I like. And if I couldn't find it in the stores, then I would make it myself. So just because you find a product that is vegan that you don't like, don't just blow off veganism and say, I can't do this vegan thing, this food isn't good. There's tons of products out there that you will love. Like, trust me, tons. They come out with products every year. I can link some of the products that I like, my favorite meat products, dairy products. So that way it'll make it easier for you. Tip number 4, don't mistake veganism for health. Now, a lot of people do this. There's plenty of times I'm eating something, it's like junk food, and someone will go, but is that healthy? Is that healthy? Just because I'm vegan, they just expect it to be healthy. And I'm like, no, like, vegans like to eat the same stuff that everyone else likes to eat. They like to eat junk food, comfort food, you know, candy, salty, sweet stuff. Just because it's vegan doesn't make it healthy, and it doesn't mean that it has to be healthy. There's nothing wrong with eating junk food. A lot of people make the mistake of thinking that because something is vegan, that it's like this health food like kale or something. And in reality, it's okay to incorporate it in your diet, but sometimes if you're just eating, you know, vegan mock meats all the time and junk food, and you're just gorging on it every day, and you're saying, oh, well, it's vegan, you know, it's fine, it's good for me. A lot of the times that's going to come back to you. You know, you may have bad digestion if you eat a lot of wheat meats. I know one time I just ate a whole bunch of like wheat meat, like it was Thanksgiving, and it did not sit well with my stomach. I had bad digestion and everything. So it's okay to eat these products, but also be mindful that just because something is labeled vegan doesn't make it, you know, a health food. If you're eating foods that, you know, are high in gluten, like seitan, that's okay. But if you're eating it like every single day in large quantities, you may not feel your best while doing it. So just be mindful. And there's nothing wrong with eating junk food. I'm just saying, some people just mistake everything for being healthy because it's vegan. Okay, tip number 5 is to not be too hard on yourself. Now, you may find products that say may contain dairy, may contain eggs, like Oreos. Oreos don't necessarily have any dairy in them, but the product does say may contain, you know, may contain dairy, may contain this. Now, unless you just have a strict diet and you want to stay away from stuff like that, that's perfectly fine. There's nothing wrong with that if you don't want to have any chance of, you know, animal products being in there. But if you're new to veganism and you think, well, like, if I eat this, I'm not going to be vegan anymore, like, it's not that serious. Enjoy life. I eat products that say may contain dairy, may contain eggs, because I know it's not actually going in that product. It just means it's made on the same equipment as products that do have dairy on it. So it's not that big of a deal. The likelihood of it being a bunch of dairy in there, or any dairy at all, is very slim. So it's okay. It's not in the product. You're not supporting animal cruelty just because you buy something that says may contain dairy or may contain eggs. Also, if you're new to veganism, or like, it doesn't matter how long you've been vegan, you may accidentally eat something that isn't vegan, and don't beat yourself up over it. That happened to me plenty of times before. I was munching on something and it had like an ingredient that said whey, because like in the beginning I didn't know that whey was dairy, like casein, stuff like that, you know. So just make sure you read ingredients. But if you accidentally eat something that's not vegan, big deal. Does it mean you're not vegan anymore? No, it doesn't mean that. So it's not a big deal. Okay, number 6 is don't be afraid to speak up. Now, speaking up in general, when people ask you questions about veganism, or speaking up in restaurants, you know, a lot of the times people can be very self-conscious of what other people think of them. They'll be afraid to ask the waiter, you know, is there dairy in there? Can you hold back on the cheese? You know, is this made next to the meat? Now, some vegans may be afraid to ask the waiter if there's dairy in the rice, because sometimes there is. I went to a Mexican restaurant and the lady asked me if I was a vegan for some reason, because I got a veggie taco and I was about to get the cilantro rice and it had dairy in it, so I got the other rice. So like, it's okay to ask these questions if you think that there's eggs or milk in your products. A lot of the times people don't want to be vegan because of that, because they're afraid other people at the table are judging them. And sometimes they are judging them, and other times it's just you thinking that you're being judged when no one's really paying attention to you. But even if people are judging you and they say something like, oh my god, they're making a big deal about it, like, it doesn't matter. This is your lifestyle change, this is your diet, and just because other people are uncomfortable with the fact that you care about what you put in your body doesn't mean that you have to care about what they think. You know, it's your life. You know that you're doing something that's important for you and for the planet, for the animals, so who cares? Like, that's a very small thing to me. It doesn't matter what other people think. If you want to be vegan and you have all the right reasons for being vegan, it's okay to speak up and ask what's going in your food that you're paying for, that you're putting in your body. Don't care about what other people think. And if people are judging you, when they see how serious you are and they see that you don't really care what they think and you're going to continue to ask, you know, what's going in your food, then they'll stop caring. Then they're not going to think about it, because you're leading by example. You're showing them that this is who you are, and over a period of time, it's going to be whatever. A lot of the times when someone is cracking jokes on you and making fun of you, it's because they're projecting their feelings onto you. When you go vegan, you're taking a stand. You're taking a stand of what happens in this society every day as if it's supposed to be normal. You know, the billions of land and marine animals that are tormented and killed for no good reason at all. You're taking a stand against that. So when they see that you're not doing that anymore and they're still doing that, it makes them feel some type of way. You know, it makes them feel insecure, or they feel that you're judging them. You're choosing to live a life of kindness and compassion, and a lot of the times it can make people feel uncomfortable, not because they don't love you, like if they're your family members, but like I said, it's just projection. They're uncomfortable. They're used to sitting at the table with you, you know, eating chicken wings and ice cream, and like a part of that isn't there anymore, so it makes them feel uncomfortable. It doesn't matter what anyone else thinks, like the jokes, all that types of stuff. It's so minuscule to what I'm doing and what I believe in. So it got to the point where I just led by example, you know. Lead by example. Don't try to convert people with your words. You know, it's okay if someone asks you, but other than that, don't try to convert people with your words. Lead by example. When they see the delicious vegan meals that you're making, you know, when they see that you're glowing and you're feeling great on a vegan diet, and you don't have to put, you know, dairy and eggs and all this stuff that contains a whole bunch of, you know, nasty stuff and meat into your body, and you lead by example, then they will become interested. You know, the people in your life, your family, your friends, they will become interested. They may go vegan, like totally vegan, which is what happened with one of my sisters. She went totally vegan. She's still vegan to this day. Or there may be people that incorporate vegan stuff into their diet. Like my parents now, they don't buy their regular dairy creamer. Now they have the So Delicious vegan creamer to make their coffee. They incorporate a lot of vegan stuff into the household, into their meals, and that all started with you. You know, that could be you. You can be that person that leads by example and helps change people, not with your words, but just by being you, by taking a stand and doing what you believe in. But a lot of the times, if you're the only vegan in the household, it could be hard, because anytime an argument breaks out, you know, you're going to be the one that's blamed for it, because you're going to be seen as, you know, the annoying vegan in the house, even though someone could have asked you a question and the conversation just went off the other end, which is actually what happened in a few years back in one of my cases. But I'm glad that happened, because that taught me a lesson, and that lesson was that if someone is not ready to truly hear about veganism, then you don't have to deal with it. You don't. Even though this person came to me and was asking me, you know, questions about veganism, it was in a very combative way. You know, it's like it was asking not to actually learn, but to try to debunk everything that I was saying. So if that were to happen now, I would just walk away from it. But back then, when I was new to veganism, I was getting angry because this person wasn't listening to what I had to say. They were just trying to debunk what I had to say. And I'm telling you, it's not worth it. If you feel like a person is doing that to you, if they're asking you questions just because they want to be combative with you and not actually care, it's okay to ask questions, but if this person is like straight up not interested in what you have to say, even if they ask the question, then you can say, hey, look, you asked me this question, I'm just trying to help you out. And if you feel like it's not getting anywhere, then just walk away. Say, hey, if you want to know more facts on veganism, just research it yourself. There's plenty of stuff out there. You don't have to go back and forth with people, because at the end of the day, if you're the only vegan in the household, then people are going to point the finger at you anyway, even if it may not be your fault. So just try to stay away from arguments, especially with family members. It's harder with family members because family members like to argue with other family members. But yeah. Well, I think I touched on everything. I can't really think of anything else to say. I think I touched on all the tips on being vegan, but if you have any questions, put them in the description box, and I'll be happy to share, make another video on it. Until then, thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.